Welcome to our video about the fascinating world of Pokemon and their placement on the Tree of Life. Today, we take a closer look at Parasect and its relationship with all other Pokemon. Ready? Let's go! The Epistheconta, Greek for posterior pole, referring to the position of the flagellum, are a group of eukaryotes, meaning organisms with cell nuclei. This group mainly includes multicellular animals, metazoa, and fungi, as well as some groups of single-celled organisms. The Epistheconta are morphologically and behaviorally very diverse and have few common features. In addition to animals and fungi, they also include flagellates such as choanoflagellates and amoebae. According to a brief description by ADL et al., Epistheconta typically have cells with a single posterior flagellum without mastogonemes at some developmental stage, although it can be secondarily lost. Additionally, the cells have a pair of kinetosomes or centrioles, which can be modified. The flagellum at the rear end is an evolutionary trait that distinguishes Epistheconta from other organisms, which have one or more flagella at the front end, but these have been lost in the lineage to Epistheconta. Within the Epistheconta, this posterior flagellum has been reduced in at least 4 lineages, Dicaria and Rhodospherida, from the Epistheconta group Nucleomycia, and Ichthyophonida and Capsospora, from the Holozoa. Therefore, the flagellum is absent in most fungi except for flagellate fungi, which include chytrids, Chytridiomycota, and Blastocladiomycota. An ancestral trait is also the formation of chitin, meaning the presence of chitin kinases. The crustose fungus-like hypocreals are an order of sac fungi. They include plant and insect pathogens, mycoparasites, endophytes, and saprobes. The fruiting bodies are parathecia with a soft structure and bright, noticeable colors. The asci are unitunicate and develop between apical paraphyses, which often dissolve upon maturity. The ascospores are colorless, ranging from non-septate and round to one or multiple septate, ellipsoid to filamentous in shape. Ophiocordyceps unilateralis is a parasitic fungus that grows on ants and manipulates their behavior to the extent that the host loses control over its own body. Due to its pantropical distribution and occurrence on various host species, the fungus is highly variable and several anamorphs have been described. The fruiting bodies consist of a wiry but flexible darkly pigmented club, which grows directly out of the back of the head of the deceased ant. Laterally, the fruiting layer appears in the form of plates, the stroma, in which parathecia are formed, from which relatively large spores are released. In some forms, the plates with the parathecia appear terminal, in others, they merge together, forming a head. The fungal spores germinate on the exoskeleton of ants. Primarily affected are Camponotus leonardi, but other representatives of the carpenter ants and species of Polyrhachis are also infected. However, it is probably multiple species, see systematics. The hyphae penetrate the insect's body and form a tubular structure within and around the muscles. Bioactive compounds disrupt the ant's nervous system and control the muscles of the victims. After an infection period of 3 to 6 days, the insect moves to a place that offers optimal living conditions for the fungus and dies there. The fungus manipulates the ant to bite onto surfaces such as the undersides of leaves or barks. This behavior is interpreted as an extended phenotype of the fungus, as the biting ensures location fixation for the fungus and optimized environmental conditions for fruiting body development. Often, high densities of dead ants are observed in tropical forests, leading these findings to be called cemeteries. The fungus then forms the fruiting bodies and new spores. The spores, too heavy for wind dispersal, fall to the ground, form secondary spores there, infect passing ants, and thus complete the cycle. As a potential avoidance strategy, the ants typically build their nests high up in the tree canopies and rarely come down to the ground, where the infection risk is highest due to the fungus's need for high humidity. The fungus is found worldwide in tropical and subtropical forests. In the Messel Pit, 48-million-year-old fossil finds of ants that bit into leaves have been found, underscoring the age of this behavioral manipulation. That's it for now. In the next episode, we'll take a closer look at Venomoth and its relationship with Butterfree. Feel free to subscribe to our channel, leave a like, and check in next time.